Hi, good evening students. Today we are going to see the rules of debit and credit. Okay, now let's see rules of double entry. Double entry, of course, we have got two aspects in double entry, debit aspect and credit aspect. Each and every transaction have to go along with the two transactions, two accounts. Each transaction should go along with the two accounts. What are the two accounts? According to the traditional classification of accounts, we have seen real account, nominal account and personal account. The three accounts are there. This is under the golden rule. Real account, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. In nominal account, debit all the expenses and losses and credit all the income and gain. Under the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. This is the basic rule, and this is the basic rules of the traditional approach. Under modern approach, there are 5 accounts are maintained. For example, capital account, liabilities account. Liabilities mean under different headings: liabilities account, assets account, revenue accounts, and expenses account. These 5 are called as 5 components of the modern classification of the accounts. These 5 are called as 5 components of the modern classification of accounts. Now let us see the double entry system rule. What is the double entry system rule? It has got 2 major rules we have to follow. Number 1, that is the thing, every transaction will affect 2 out of 3 accounts. We have seen 3 classification accounts: real account, nominal account, personal account. Every transaction has got 2 aspects. One is debit aspect, another one is credit aspect. Either it may be a real account or nominal account, or nominal account or personal account, or personal account or real account. Like that it will affect 2 accounts. Each transaction will affect 2 accounts. Now let us come to the second rule. Recording of the transaction once in the debit and once at the same time in the credit side will maintain the balance of accounting equation. That means once you are given one transaction on the debit side, means definitely the other transaction will be the credit side of another account. For example, machinery purchased. Purchase of machinery definitely on cash basis. So when machinery comes inside, cash is going outside. So machinery is also asset, cash is also asset. Here one asset is increasing, that is machinery account is coming inside, and cash is going outside. That is one account is one asset is increased, another asset is decrease. That means the machinery account is increased and cash account is decreased. This is called the affecting 2 transaction. One is a debit aspect, another one is credit aspect. Now let us see the accounting equation. Assets is equal to capital and liabilities, or assets is equal to owner's equity plus outsider's equity. We can convert like this: assets minus outsider's equity is equal to owner's equity, or assets minus owner's equity is equal to outsider's equity. What do you mean by outside equities? That means liabilities. Liabilities. What are the liabilities? Generally, accounts payable, that means bills payable towards the outsiders or creditors. Notes payable, that means bills which to be paid to the paid to the suppliers of the raw materials or goods and services. And mortgage payable. If you have taken any loan on the pledging some assets of the business, you have to pay that money. That's current liabilities. It may come under the current liabilities, or sometimes on a long-term liability basis also. Then assets. What are the assets? Cash, accounts receivable. Accounts receivable is bills receivable. That means the customer, those who purchase the goods on credit basis, they will stop paying money. They will give some bills. That bills will be collected, and on due course, on the due date, when the bill get matured, the money will be received by the business. Bills receivable. Stock, the remaining stock, the stock which is not sold at the end of the year will be taken as assets of the company and it will be called as a stock. And prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses means expenses paid before the benefit is matured or received. For example, insurance generally paid for quarterly or half-yearly. In the month of January, it is paid, means for 6 months. It will get, the benefit will get over in the month of June. So we are closing accounts on 31st March, mean the money we paid in the to the insurance, towards insurance, is called prepaid expenses. Now these are the assets of the company, and liabilities we have seen, and capital. Capital, what? Owner's equity. Owner's equity equals to capital plus revenues minus withdrawals. Withdrawals or drawings, whatever may be. After this we'll stop. Next we'll take one smaller account, which few transactions which has to be posted in the books of accounts.